here I am. A whole day's work, and I just ballsed it up at the last minute. Whoa! I'm nervous. Fearing for the life of my CNC machine. Hi, welcome back to the next installment episode in my ongoing, never-ending, or hopefully ending one day, journey into making my Art Deco side table for my wife. This is where we're at. It's a slatted leg concept. It's got brass dowels, which functionally are separating out the, here I am, which are separating out the slats, but aesthetically are adding part to the design. I've got an oval top. This is the mock-up top, where I'm at the last installment. All very nicely attached, beautifully attached with my new DIYnot, oh my domino god, yeah, domino my god technique. I'll be making the top and the base out of 18mm black MDF, which might strike you as a strange design choice, but I'll tell you why briefly. Number one, I like it. I recently made this phone holder for a friend of, nickname is Ninja, and I came across this on the internet, so I made one for her. But it's made, the base is black MDF and the top is made of birch plywood. And I really like the combination, stark industrial feel to the MDF with the softer natural wood. And this is sheet material, sheet goods. It's ready made for me. So it's going to be quick, easy, and hopefully it will work well on my CNC machine. And another upside to using this, you'll see in a minute, but expect some fireworks. Oh, maybe not fireworks, but oh, I did it again. I'm fearing for the life of my CNC machine. I'm not sure what's going on, but my machine was making I'm not happy noises while it was cutting. Not sure, I have no idea at the moment what it's about. I've got a couple of guesses. I think this material may be harder than the regular MDF. This coloured MDF might just be denser, harder. And my previous cut of depth of cut of about 0.5 millimeter on each revolution, each pass, maybe too aggressive. And I'm going to try. I want to make another one, so I'm going to back it off. I'm going to back it off to 1/4 millimeter. It's going to take twice as long, so it's going to take about half an hour to cut out one base, but it's going to be worth it. Second guess is that maybe my milling bit is becoming a little bit blunt, and it's not as sharp as it was. And it's not cutting as well, and maybe I'm just asking this tiny machine to do too much. It already broke once, and I thought it was dead. But Philip said, "Try again, try and fix it." And I tried, and actually I fixed it. But I really am pushing it. This machine, it's not designed to do quite as much as I'm asking it to do. But I've got one base cut out at least, so I'm ahead. It's come out very well. There are pluses and minuses. The pluses is this material mills very nicely, very cleanly. My grids come out very nicely. Let me pause just for a second. Let me show you an example of why I love doing this DIY knotting. Let me just show you it. This is the grid that's on the back of the tabletop, so that it helps me position the domino machine. And I started thinking, it looks kind of nice, although it's totally there for functional reasons, but it doesn't look too bad. It looks kind of like some kind of radio mast or something. It's going to be there. I can't get rid of it, so maybe I can just try and turn it into a feature, hide it within itself. So I thought, okay, let's add a couple of things. Let's add another oval around it, and let me put the dates in for since it's for our 41st wedding anniversary, 1985, 2026. I've just done a test. Well, actually, it's not a test. It's on the piece I carved. It looks as if it was a design feature. You can argue about the aesthetics. Is it a nice, a pretty design feature, but something that was just basically a scar on the back of the tabletop has now become a feature that looks as if it was supposed to be there from the very beginning. And it is kind of fitting into the Art Deco aesthetic. Well done me. I know, I'm being very, very fulfilled. I'm full of myself, and why shouldn't I be? I did good. Let me just run you through the iterative process that I've just been through. Pretty awesome. So this is where we were a few days ago. The prototype mortise is cut out. These were the guidelines that I etched into the base so that it would help me with positioning the domino machine. Very functional. As I've already shown you, I decided that actually probably I could turn that into a feature, and the effect is honestly quite good. Nobody will ever see it, but I will know it's there. But then it got me thinking, if I can do some kind of a decoration on the bottom, maybe I could do some decoration on the top. But the last thing that I'm capable of doing is any kind of graphic design. So I thought, I've heard about this thing called artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. So for the first time in my life, I went onto ChatGPT and I asked it a question. Could you design me some Art Deco artwork that I could put on there? And I explained what I was doing. I gave it an awful lot of information, more information than I thought it would need. And this is what it came up with. It took it about 2 seconds and it generated the SVG file that I need to put into my CNC machine. Fantastic. And I was extremely happy. And I told ChatGPT, I said, I'm really, really happy. And the ChatGPT said to me, but would you like to see what I think would be even better? And I said, okay, show me. And it came up with this. And it started telling me how it's taken the fan design of the leg, and it noticed that I've got the brass dowlings, and it said, and this speaks to, and it gave me an in-depth, intelligent discussion and précis of why it had made these design choices. And I just said, thank you very much. And I whacked it up, and I think it's great. So my Art Deco table has just taken another step up on its elevation into high-class furniture. Industrial MDF with a very nice design etched in there on top. Way to go, artificial intelligence. Okay, I don't mind admitting it, I'm nervous. That was the longest 40 minutes of my life. I have no idea whether this has worked. So I decided to record this live, a little bit of reality TV, I suppose you could call it. I can see that the design has come out fine. While it was milling, the noises the unhappy noises that I heard before were better. They were still there, they were better. I'd slowed down the feed rate a lot. I'd reduced the depth of cut on each pass to just try and make it as easy for the machine as I could. There was still a little bit of chattering going on. I'm pretty sure that it's, at the end of the day, it's down to the fact that I'm pushing this machine to the limits, and the 18 millimeters is probably just too much. Once it's so deep down in the material, it becomes unhappy. The big unknown is whether or not I've got it central when I flipped it over. I carved one side, flipped it over. Theoretically, everything should be symmetrical, centered, and it should be okay. but you never know. What's the worst case scenario? I'll do it again a different way. Oh, so much for peeling my banana. Here it comes. For the first time, I actually have to be delicate and gentle with what I'm working on, because this isn't a prototype, this isn't a mock-up, this is it. Or not. Okay, the top side, the edge has come out nicely. There's a little bit of a scar, but that was there beforehand. Oh yeah, there's definitely been some chattering going on around the edge. Whoa! There's the front. With my fan, my raise is a little bit Freemasonry, I guess, but it definitely fits in with the design. Flip, and here's the bottom with the functional grid to help me put the domino holes in there, but at the end of the day it turned it into a bit of a design feature. Right, we're looking good. Still plenty of opportunities to screw it up though. Next thing to do, put the domino holes in there. And also, it's quite thick. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a different kind of milling, and I'm going to use my brand new router table, and I'm going to router a chamfer in the underside to visually, I hope, give it some lightness. Anyway, dominoes, and then we'll see about routing. Okay. Looks great, fantastic, beautiful carve on both sides. A whole day's work, and I just ballsed it up at the last minute. When I was plunging with the domino, I don't know how I did it, but all the angles and sizes are perfect, except instead of the holes coming out this way, no, hang on a minute. Ha! It's right, it's good. Oof! I was so sure that I screwed that up, and I was going to admit it. And I don't have to, I don't think. Oh well, there's only one way to find out. Let me take the legs and put it together. Oh God, please, let this be right. It's okay. Oh God, that was a nerve-wracking moment. I confused myself, again, as usual. Nothing new in that. Just don't normally do it in front of a camera. No, it's worked out, everything's fine. I'm so relieved I can't even enjoy the moment that it's looking very nice. Got the pattern on the bottom, legs, copper, or brass as I like to call them nowadays, brass dowels. Next thing to do, I want to try routing some of the thickness out of there with a 45-degree probably chamfer. Chamfer? I never know how to say that. Well, the chamfer has come out very nicely. Very pleased with that. The router table has worked very well. Also pleased with that. I'm clearly very pleased with everything. No, I don't regret that I've done this chamfer. It's certainly not worse. I'm not sure it's made things better, but no, it must have done. Must have done. Just maybe not as much as I was expecting that it might. Down to the foot. Thank you very much for following me along. Ciao for now. By the way, the discussion I had with the AI machine was strange, to say the least. It really was as if I was talking to another person at the other end of the keyboard. I'll probably download the full conversation, turn it into a Word document or something, and put it on my G drive. and probably put a link in the description for anybody who's interested in seeing what does a conversation with the AI look like. Very, very strange, but at the end of the day, very productive.